Well, again, when you look at the universe as a scientist, you study physical characteristics of the universe, and from that, you cannot scientifically conclude anything about whether there is or is not a God or this kind of thing. That's sort of outside the realm of science, I would say. So what I infer from the universe implies some of my own personal faith that I've obtained through some of these other experiences that I've had, which include certainly study of the universe, but also my understanding of Scripture, my personal understanding and confirmation, seeing the truths of the Bible, appearing true to me in my own experience. So then when I look at the universe as a Christian, these are the characteristics that I see of God that I can kind of glean out of the universe, again, looking at it through eyes of faith. You wouldn't necessarily have to conclude these things, if you weren't looking through the eyes of faith. But I see a God of enormous power. Just if you look at the magnitude of the universe, it is truly mind-boggling. We can say these numbers, but we don't know what they mean, really, that there are hundreds of billions of galaxies, each one of these galaxies being a swirling mass of hundreds of billions of stars that have formed out of massive clouds of gas and dust. Activity still going on, stars still forming, galaxies are merging. I mean, there's so much activity going on that, the God that must be behind all this is not only very powerful, but also very creative. I mean, this is majestic, it's powerful, it's also very beautiful. And to me, one of the connections that I think that God has enabled us to have is a connection between understanding and observing the universe and then having a sense of beauty and wonder about it. Why do we look at a spiral galaxy and almost everyone would look at a spiral galaxy and just pause and say, that is beautiful. Why do we see spiral arms and symmetry and so forth as beauty? There's probably a sort of biological explanation as to why we respond to symmetry and so forth. But there's also just, I think, a true explanation of beauty on its own that's valid